Hello and welcome back. I'm Anya. Today's review is going to be of the Gosh Foundation Drops. Now there's a whole slew of foundations that are like this with the little pipette, and they're quite liquidy and they're all the rage at the minute. I picked this up because I'd actually seen, I think, Lisa Eldridge get excited about this, and I was like, oh, that could be one to look at. So it is a very light coverage foundation. I've done a little demo of me applying it. I find it best to apply it with my hands. It's got a little pipette and you just drip the foundation onto your hands, or you can then apply it and then use a brush to buff it in, or you can just use your hands. I wouldn't recommend a sponge necessarily because that might absorb more foundation than it actually applies, quite possibly, so I prefer my hands, as I've said. Just dab it all over your face, rub it in, nice motions, get your coverage. I also like to build it up ever so slightly. It's not particularly buildable, but you do get a wee bit of additional coverage if you need it. I have still got a few blemishes that are healing along my jaw and my chin. Thankfully, touch wood, they're on their way out. So I like to just dab a wee bit more and just lightly blend it in. It is so easy to blend in with your hands and it's so quick. It's just quite nice to do in the mornings when if you're in a bit of a rush but you want something on your face, and it's really good for that. It is very liquidy, as you would imagine. There is a slight powdery feel to it. So it does settle down to a sort of demi-matte kind of finish. There is a nice healthy glow about it, but it definitely looks more like a powder on the skin, if that makes sense. So it's got a wee bit of a matte finish to it. It can definitely settle into the lines. So underneath my eyes I've got a few wrinkles going on there, so I do have to sort of go back after a minute. Once I've done that, I like to put on my eyelid primer, and then I'll go back and remove any of it that would have settled into my lines. I just use my finger to remove that, and then I will set it. I definitely recommend setting it if you have got slightly oilier skin. I have tried not setting it and it very much disappeared off that triangle around my nose, so along my nose and just round the outside and that sort of stuff. So it did disappear from that a wee bit quicker, but it lasts a wee bit longer if you do set it. It wears okay for this type of foundation. I think it wears pretty well. You've got until about lunchtime before you'll start to notice it breaking down. Again, if you set it, you get a wee bit longer, not massively, but a wee tiny bit. But mine definitely broke up around my nose quick enough, and it did crease a wee bit more underneath my eyes. But if I was wearing a concealer over the top, it seemed to last that bit longer. So again, if you're setting it and layering it with other products, it lasts a wee bit longer. Saying all of that, it has got SPF 10 and it's supposed to be hydrating and soothing, and on the website it said, oh yes, flawless finish. This tickles me about foundations that are really lightweight and light coverage. You're not going to get flawless finish. It's not a blanket for your face that sort of covers everything. It definitely helps even out your skin tone a bit and reduces the redness, but if you have blemishes you will need concealer, and if you have got serious rosacea going on, for example, I don't think it would cover that. If your skin's pretty okay, like my skin isn't too bad, it looks not too bad at all, but I definitely had to go in with concealer over my spots today, for example. So it's not flawless finish, but it is a nice lightweight foundation. It doesn't cause any irritation, and it's nice on my skin. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. It's very light, and as I said, it does even things out a wee bit. It retails normally for $12.99 for 30ml. Which is a wee bit expensive for the type of foundation that is, considering it's so very lightweight. But I don't know, I think because the more it doesn't give me massive coverage, or that it does settle into the lines a wee bit, I still really enjoy it for some reason. I find myself reaching for this most days. I sort of tried it out earlier in the week and then I didn't, and then I tried it out again a different way, and you would have seen a wee picture on Instagram where I was trying it out. And I kind of tend to reach for this quite a bit at the minute. Maybe I'm just going through a phase of quite light foundations. I definitely am actually when I say that. And I really enjoy that. It just evens my skin out a wee bit. And I don't know, it's nicer than a BB cream. and it's easier to apply, in my opinion. It's so easy to blend in with your fingers, and you do get a wee bit of coverage, and it's just nice on those days where I'm going to work and I can't really be bothered but I want to do something, you know, that kind of way. It has substituted a BB cream for me on that front. As I said, it normally retails for $12.99. It is on offer at the minute in Superdrug, I think for $9.99 at the minute. That's as of, I don't know what date it is today, maybe the 19th or something to that effect. I'm not sure how long that will last. There's not a massive range of colours. So this is 002 Ivory. I think this is the lightest. Well, it's the lightest one I could find and the lightest I could see online, available in the UK. It is a wee bit yellow toned, but it's not particularly dark and I can get away with it. I think it's not too bad. I've obviously blended it down my neck, so I don't know why I'm showing you the difference, but I'm wearing it every day and I don't think I look jaundiced, and so in the mirror, I think because it's so lightweight as well, that helps. But it's not massively dark, which is good. So it is, you know, it's decent light foundation. I think there are only approximately, I think it's 6 foundations, 6 shades, and they don't go really dark. So it's, you know, you've got light, medium, and I think maybe 1 dark one, if I remember correctly. So again, not massive colour selection. But for me, us pale girls, it's nice to find a foundation that is one of these light dropper ones, because I did look at the number 7 one and couldn't find one light enough. Unless I went to MAC or something, I wouldn't be able to get a foundation light enough, and this is light enough. It is a wee bit yellow toned, but it's definitely light enough. It reminds me of, L'Oreal did a foundation, and it's still there, and it's got a purple lid in a little square glass bottle. Can't think of the name of it. I will put an annotation somewhere here. It reminds me of that one, but the colour match is much better for me. It has got that lightweight feel and a slight powderiness to it. You know, in the liquid, when you're applying it, you can feel a bit of powderiness to it. It has that same feel about it, but I prefer this one. So I definitely recommend it, actually. The more it has got wee flaws to it, you have to shake this a lot before you use it. Make sure you give it a really good shake. And I generally give it a good shake on the initial application, and then if I have to build it up a wee bit, give it another really good shake and then build it up. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I think we've covered the bases: longevity, coverage, cost, wrinkling. Yeah, I think we're good. Recommend it. It's available in Superdrug. I will link it down below. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please like if you liked, please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!